In ancient times, or across the vast lands of the East, there lived a great sovereign, whose glory and power knew no bounds. He was not only a king, but also a chosen prophet, granted by God with powers never before given to anyone. The birds of the sky and the beasts of the earth understood his speech and gathered at his command. The wind, that unseen force of the heavens, moved only by his will. Even the mighty jinn, feared by humankind, bowed before him in submission. He was the ruler of hearts and the guardian of justice. This exalted man was none other than Solomon, the prophet of God. Long ago, in the land of Palestine, in the holy city of Jerusalem, a child was born who would one day change the course of history. His name was Solomon, son of David. Peace be upon them. On the night of Solomon's birth, the brightest star shone in the heavens, as if to proclaim that the world was on the threshold of a great destiny. From his earliest days, Solomon appeared to be blessed with divine wisdom. His father, King David, gazed upon him with love and knew in his heart that this child would one day become both a mighty ruler and a man of unmatched wisdom. Solomon grew up alongside his father in a royal court filled with knowledge and wisdom. David constantly taught him lessons of justice and fairness. Yet Solomon's heart was also drawn to the world beyond the palace. He learned from the stillness of nature, seeing in the rivers, mountains, and trees the signs of God's power. Often, he would sit quietly by the streams, listening to the voice of creation, as though every living being carried within it a divine message. He did not aspire merely to be a king. He longed to guide people toward divine wisdom, in harmony with both nature and humanity. One day during David's reign, two women came before the court, each claiming to be the mother of the same child. Faced with this dispute, David seemed uncertain. At that moment, Solomon, still young, rose and said, "Father, allow me to resolve this matter." Trusting his son's discernment, David agreed. Solomon then proposed that the child be divided in two, each woman receiving half. Shock fell upon the court, but instantly the true mother cried out, begging that the child be given to the other woman to save its life. In that moment, Solomon revealed the truth, and the real mother was known. His wisdom and insight amazed everyone, and his name was praised throughout the land. As Solomon grew, so did his wisdom. Alongside his father, he ruled not only over the land, but also over the hearts of the people, establishing justice everywhere. Gradually, God bestowed upon him extraordinary powers. With a mere gesture, he could command the winds, which carried him and his armies swiftly across great distances. He could speak to animals. The birds would circle him in flight and obey his word, while other creatures served at his side. He also commanded the jinn, setting them to tasks of great labor and strength. Through them, his kingdom became even stronger and more magnificent. The fame of his justice and majesty spread to distant lands, reaching as far as Sheba in Yemen. There, a wise and noble queen named Bilqis ruled. Though she was renowned for her intelligence, her people worshipped the sun and had forgotten the one true God. Bilqis set out for Jerusalem with a grand caravan to see the truth for herself. The birds carried word of her approach to Solomon, who resolved to show her the power of God. Before her arrival, he asked his court, "Which of you will bring me her throne before she arrives?" A mighty jinn replied, "I will bring it before you rise from your seat." But a man of faith, gifted with knowledge from the divine book, said, "I will bring it before your eyes can blink." And by God's permission, the magnificent throne of Bilqis appeared instantly before Solomon. When the queen entered, she was stunned to see her throne, believing it still to be in Sheba. Now before her in Solomon's court, awe filled her heart, and as she witnessed Solomon's humility and devotion, her doubts began to fade. With a trembling heart, she declared, "My lord, with Solomon, I surrender myself to you." In time, Queen Bilqis fully embraced the wisdom and divine truth revealed through Solomon. She resolved that upon her return, she would guide her people to the path of righteousness, sharing with them the knowledge and light she had discovered. In the final days of Prophet Solomon's life, he continued to oversee affairs and guide the people with divine wisdom and justice. His presence remained powerful and awe-inspiring in the hearts of people, and even among other creatures, and he had become a beloved king. The wind, the animals, and even the jinn obeyed his command, while the trees, rivers, and mountains still spoke to him. But then came a day when he sat upon his throne, leaning on his staff. No one close to him realized that this great king had reached the last moments of his life. While deeply absorbed in thought, Prophet Solomon, peace be upon him, departed from this world quietly and peacefully, without anyone noticing. It was only when his staff, slowly gnawed by tiny unseen ants, suddenly broke, that his body fell gently to the ground with heavenly tranquility. At that moment, the truth was revealed to all. He had long since returned to his Lord, while they, unaware, had continued to serve him. That day, everyone came to realize that if the jinn had possessed knowledge of the unseen, they would have known of his death and would not have labored tirelessly for so long. But they, like all other servants of God, knew nothing except what God willed them to know. The next video is the story of the life of Prophet Noah. Subscribe to the channel to watch the next video.